What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. In this breakdown, we're diving deep into a powerful support and resistance concept that blends key levels with storyline analysis across multiple time frames. Now, this isn't just your average SNR strategy. We're talking about daily-to-daily price movement, breakout logic, and how to pinpoint sniper entries on lower time frames like H4 and H1, all structured, mechanical, and rooted in price closures. This system revolves around 4 key levels: support, resistance, support curve, resistance curve. Now, what is a curve? Think of it like this: it's a pullback on a smaller time frame that shows up as just a bump or slight pause on the higher time frame. That's your curve, subtle, but crucial. Quick break before we get deeper. Check the description below. I've listed out my trusted brokers you can trade with today, plus a PDF Forex guide that breaks everything you need to know down step by step, so you can follow along and implement it in your own trading system. And hey, while you're there, smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what time frame you mostly trade on. Let's keep this interactive. Let's start with the buy setup from support. You're looking for price to bounce from a strong weekly support level. That's the key. This is a major area where price has historically reacted, and when you see a clear bounce, you don't jump in right away. Next, shift your focus to the daily chart. You're waiting for price to break the most recent pullback to the left. Once that happens, you've got momentum on your side, and that confirms the buy setup. It's a structured move. First, the bounce from support. Then, the break of structure. That's your go-ahead to enter. Now the sell setup from resistance. Same process, just flipped. Price reaches weekly resistance and clearly rejects. You're not rushing in, you're watching the daily chart and waiting for price to break the most recent pullback to the left. Once that pullback is broken, it confirms sellers are in control and the sell setup is valid. Now let's separate the curve setups. Here's the buy setup from a support curve. A support curve is just a pullback on the smaller time frame that looks like a small bump on the higher one. It's not a major support zone, but price still respects it and bounces off. Once you get that bounce from the support curve, you go to the daily and again look for the break of the most recent pullback to the left. Even though the curve is softer than a hard support level, the logic is exactly the same. Bounce plus break equals buy setup. Now the sell set up from a resistance curve. Price bounces from a resistance curve, again, a softer rejection, usually a pullback on the lower time frame. Once you see that rejection, switch to the daily and look for the break of the most recent pullback to the left. Once it breaks, that confirms your sell. Now, you don't have to use weekly and daily for this system. You can apply the exact same logic on smaller time frames, for example, using the daily as your major time frame, and the H4 as your confirmation time frame. The structure doesn't change, only the scale. The same principles of bounce and break still apply, just within a tighter window of price action. It's all about maintaining the relationship between the higher time frame, where structure is respected, and the lower time frame, where confirmation happens. Whether you're trading larger swings or more intraday moves, this system adapts without losing its core logic. It remains mechanical, consistent, and rooted in clean price action, regardless of the time frame you're operating in. So that's the full breakdown of this system. You've now seen how it plays out from clear support and resistance levels, and how the same structure works when price reacts off the curve. Whether you're on the weekly/daily or the daily/H4, the logic stays consistent: higher timeframe bounce, lower timeframe break. If you're serious about mastering Forex beyond just one setup, check out the trading book linked below. It's a complete breakdown of everything you need to understand about the market: structure, psychology, risk, and strategy. You'll also find a list of recommended brokers in the description. These are trusted options you can explore when you're ready to trade this system live. If this helped, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next strategy breakdown. See you in the next video. Trade with structure and stay consistent.